Hello children, this is the fourth lecture of our economics chapter number 15. So let us revise, let us recap what we have learned till now. First of all, we had learned about the economic development, what was economic development. Then we had seen the differentiation between economic development and economic progress. Next, we had seen the features of developing economy. We had also matched it in a context with our own country, that how much features are matching with it. Then we had seen what is economic activity and what is non-economic activity. We had seen structure of Indian economy, the primary, secondary and tertiary or the service sectors of our economy. We had also learned what were factors of production: land, labor, capital and entrepreneurship. The next topic that we learned was distribution of factors of production related to the needs. And the last topic that we did in the previous lecture was methods of allocation of resources. In that, we had seen about the capitalist or the market allocation system. Now we are going to see about the second type of allocation system, that is known as socialist system. Socialist system. So without wasting time, let's go in it. Socialist system originated because of limitations and failures of market system. See, now why did it originate? So here is the answer. It originated because of the limitations and failures of market. Countries like Russia, China have achieved fast economic progress by adopting this. See, countries like Russia, China, which have a socialist and a communist government there, have adopted this kind of system, and due to that they have achieved a fast economic progress. The economic progress is very fast. Socialist system is quite opposite to market system. See, it's very opposite. Okay, it is not exactly like what market system. We need to remember. You can revise that particular video for your understanding, and or you can read in your textbooks. In the socialist system, all the economic decisions are taken by the state. See, the first major differentiation is all the decisions are taken by the state, while in market system the decisions were taken individually or they were owned by the private. State owns all the resources. See, state own all the resources, while in the market system, the in the market system the private person was owning all the system. In this system, whole economy is managed by the state. See, so here whenever we are talking about state, we need to understand government. Okay, state doesn't mean Gujarat state, Maharashtra state or Rajasthan state, but here we need to understand state is synonym of government. So in short, whole economy is managed by the government. All the decisions pertaining to production, all the pertaining is related to production, investment, resource distribution, production distribution, etc., are taken after keeping the requirement of the society needs. See, here the most important word is requirement, while in the market system the most important word was profit. All the decisions that were taken at that time in the market system or the capitalist system was related to profit. Whichever steps, whichever things gave more profit, those steps were taken. But here the requirements of the needs of the society is kept into the mind. Now you can see this here, what is being done. Then goods are owned by the, say here this is government. Okay, now due to let me just erase it if I can. Okay, this here is government. Okay, so what does government do? That it determines means thinks about what wants, needs, resources, people, and competition all dictates it. The factory which produces are also owned by the government. They are also government factories. Plus the workers who are working in the factory are also for the government. So goods are owned by the government. All the things that are produced are done, they are owned by the government. And what does the government do? Government gives it those things back to the worker. Workers means here means the citizens. So you can say that the whole system is actually controlled by the government, and government does is all. In the socialist system, rather than profit, social welfare is at the center. So what is at the center? Social welfare is at the center. Production of resources and their prices are decided by the state. See, whatever, what to be produced, when to be produced, all the things are decided by the state itself. The responsibility to achieve the target of the production is decided by the state. See again, factories, as I told you, factories are owned by the government, and that's why the government decide what target is to be produced, how much to be produced. Farming is also owned by the state. So even the farms are also owned by the states. Laborers are paid according to their ability and work to do. So they are paid according to their ability. If they don't work properly, then they are not paid, or they can be even you can say degraded into their salaries if they don't work properly. At the same time, if they work properly and in a good way, they can be promoted into the higher section of that particular part. Now the let's see the features of socialist system. Resources resources are owned by the state. See, this we already saw. Okay, resources are owned by the state means the government. All the economic decisions are taken by the state. All the economic decision means whether how much product is to be produced, when is to be produced, why is to be produced, whom the or rather who will be the people will be benefited. All these decisions is taken by the state. So all the economic related decisions are taken by the state. No private or individual is involved in it. Third, rather than profit, social welfare. See, rather than profit, social welfare is at the center of economic activities. Social welfare is at the center. Okay, and that's why here profit is not seen, but social welfare is seen. Things are produced which are needed by the people and which are not the luxury of the people. So here people get more benefit in comparison to the business houses. Next, laborers are paid wages in return of the work. See, laborers work for the government and they are paid for the return of the work. Whatever work they do, they are paid in return of that. What are the benefits of socialism? Same like the market system or the capitalist system. We saw the features of it, and we also saw how it is beneficial. What are the benefits of it? Right? Let us see. First, because of production according to the requirement of the society, unimportant and luxurious items are not produced. This is very important. As we have seen in the previous slide, that social welfare is important, and that's why unimportant and luxurious items are not produced. Luxurious items are not produced. But which items are produced? Which are important for the society, which are needed by the society, which is actually you can say the basic need of the society rather than the luxurious items. Second, as the decisions related to productions are taken by the state, so wastage of resources is not there. See, this is very important. As all the decisions are taken by the state, so that's why the wastage of resources is not there. The resources are not wasted. Why? Because the government decides how much quantity or what quantity is to be produced, and that's why the resources are used in a maximum way, in such a way that the government can get the best out of those resources. Third point, disparity of income and property is removed. See, this is very important. Disparity of income and property is removed. Okay, the variation between the poor and the rich is lessened. Okay, now there are rich and poor in such kind of systems also, but the gap between them is less. Why it is less? Because here all the things are owned by the government, and government pays the labor as per the work he does, and that's why the disparity of income is less in this particular system. Fourth, consumers are not exploited. We had seen this as one of the demerits of the market system, that consumers are exploited as they do not have the proper knowledge of that particular system. So here consumers are not exploited. Why? Because all the things are owned by the government, and they are providing things to the consumers, to the laborers, to the citizens, and that's why the chances of getting exploited are very less. Next, limitation of socialist system. Now this is also very important. Now as there are benefits, same way there are limitations. Socialist system which has come into existence with the noble intention of equal distribution of social welfare to a certain limitation. It also, this is a very good system, but here also there are certain systems, certain problems in this particular system too. First, as the resources of the production are owned by the state, people do not get encouraged and motivated to increase production. See, as all the thing is owned by the state and people work for the state, that's why they are not encouraged or motivated to work or increase the production, as they are paid for the work and not for the production that is done. So they don't get any encouragement, or rather they are not attracted to work more. Why? Because they are they are being paid for their work and not for the production. Second, due to the lack of competition, contest and research do not get momentum in economy. See, as all the thing is owned by the government, so competition is very less or not there. And due to that, contest and research do not get momentum. See, the research and the contest is not there. Okay, in private or the capitalist system, we had seen as there was competition, so new and new technologies were introduced into the market. But here this particular point is not there. Why? Because the government owns all the things and there is no option, or rather very less options for the citizens or the consumers, and that's why the momentum in the economy is less. Third, there is lack of individual freedom. So individual freedom is less, you have very less options in it. Okay, you have to either purchase the thing produced by the government or do without it. So individual freedom is lacking in this particular system. The fourth point, because of complete interference of the state, there is fear of bureaucracy. Now this is a new word I guess for it. Now what is bureaucracy? Bureaucracy basically means the non-elected government officials. Okay, those government officials are termed as bureaucrats. Now you might have seen, or you might have accompanied your parents if you have gone to any of government offices, that how the work is being done. You are shifted from table to table. Okay, and that's why the work is very slow. So here, as government is completely interfering into this particular system, right, due to the bureaucracy, due to the lethargic, lazy government officials, the corruption levels are also higher, and the work done sometimes may be even slower than the expected. Now a new topic comes, that is mixed economy. Now what is mixed economy? Then mixed economy system attempts to remove the limitations of the market and socialist system. What does it do? Now from the word we come to know that this is a mixture of market and socialist system. It is a mixture of market and socialist system, and it tries to assimilate is mix, collect it in it good elements of both the system. What it has done, it has taken good things from both the system and mixed up together. and a new system have come out of it, and that is known as mixed economic system. Now you can call mixed economic system as a hybrid system also. You might have heard this word into your science. Hybrid seeds, right? Hybrid seeds are such kind of seeds where good things of two or more kinds of seeds is taken, collected together, and a new species of seed is born out of it, is made out of it. Same way a new economic system was born, and that was termed as mixed economic system, which actually is basically the market mixture of market system and the socialist system. It is a mixture of market system and the socialist system. Mixed economy is such a type of economic system in which public and private sector coexist. See here, the public. Now, whenever we use this word public, it means government. You have to remember. Whenever we use the word public, it means government. So, in mixed economy system, public and private sector coexist. Coexist means they are working together side by side, and both the sectors do not work as competitors. See, they are not competitors to either, but rather are complementary to either. They work together in support of each other, and due to that the whole mixed economy is working. In India there is mixed economy. There is individual or private ownership in agriculture, trade, small consumer and goods industry. Okay, so there is private ownership in such kind of industries, while basic or key industries, see, remember this, basic or key and heavy industries. Key are such kind of industries that are uh, big industries, and those industries actually are important for the security of the country. They are termed as key industries. Heavy and in key industries, the factories producing defense material, railway, electricity, roads, irrigation, etc. are owned by the state. So what is done here? Say the ownership of private is allowed in agriculture, then small trade, consumers, and good industry, and they're all. But those industries which are key, heavy, or which are related to the security of the nation, their government, the state, is controlling those companies or the industries. So you can see here that private companies are also working, at the same time the public companies are also working together. In this system, market is not completely free. Market is not completely free. Government lays control in different ways. Say government controls in different ways. For example, state levies heavy taxes on production of unwanted things. You might have seen right now, like you will be knowing about GST, right? So you have seen there are a lot of slabs into GST, the levels into GST, 5%, 8%, 18%, and so on. So why does such things are needed? So that unwanted and luxurious items are not produced, and industries are attracted to produce things that are more needed and in budget of the common people. In the same way, industries in backward areas are encouraged. See, how does the government encourage industries in backward areas? So by giving subsidies, by giving relaxations, by giving benefits to them. Okay, and this way the backward areas are also put into the track of progress by the government. So mixed economy is in a way the mixture of capitalism and socialism, and it takes good things of both the systems. Thus, mixed economy is such an economic system in which important place is given to economic planning in taking decisions. Economic planning is very important. Okay, all the people, all the common citizens, at the same time the business houses, all are thought while taking any of the economic decisions. Coexistence of private and public sector is accepted in system. This system is called controlled economic system. Remember this particular word. This system is called controlled economic system. Okay, it can be asked into your examination or any of your test, which system is called controlled economic system. Then it's the mixed economic system is called the controlled economic. Why controlled economics? Because all the decisions are taken after economic planning and by the proper understanding of the things at the grass level. Because of the restrictions and controls, see, Why it is called? Because of the restrictions and control laid by the government. Government is giving certain restrictions, and also at the same time it is controlling. Countries like India, which countries are having? Then countries like India, France, England are following mixed economy, and they are benefiting a lot out of it. Now you can see this particular chart, and here there are countries which are have followed the systems. Okay, so here communalism or the communist system or the capital, we saw it. Here there is pure competition, or the, you can say, free market or the capitalist system. Okay, and the mixture of both here is the mixed economy system. We so far studied, so this, with this we conclude in the last part. We can say we so far studied about market system, socialist system, and mixed economy. We studied about these three systems as deciding factors for economic decision and distribution of resources. There is no country in the world today where there is absolute market or socialist system. So there is no country in the world where there is total market system or total socialist. Now again, this were the three, you can say, branches of it. There are sub branches into each of them, and that's why no absolute market or socialist system countries into this particular world. Both the system have lost their individual features and have assimilated into mixed, say. Okay, when mixed economy is there, both the systems are together and they lose their own individual identity. Market system witness indulgence of planning elements and state interference, while socialist system witness economic relaxations. Economic relaxations are given and economic liberalization. But demerits are also witnessed in mixed economy. Say mixed economy is good. You might think that mixed economy is very good, but there are also problems in. For example, economic instability, lack of coordination. See, sometimes it happens that there is lack of coordination, and due to that, the people have to suffer. Inconsistent economic policy. Now whenever the government changes, the economic policy can also change, and due to that, the economy of the country have to suffer. Next, low rate of growth of economic development. The rate is very low. There are limitations in mixed system also. There are limitations in the mixed system also. So we can see that the market system, the socialist system, and the mixed economy. And mixed economy is also not free totally, and it has problems into it also. So with this we complete our chapter number 15. Hope you will read that particular chapter in detail. See these videos again if you have any doubts related to it. And most importantly, until and unless the government tells us stay home, stay safe, and do take care of yourself.